I'm actually making this video not for my YouTube, even though it will be uploaded on my YouTube, but for all the politicians voting on the SOPA bill. They're going to hear a lot of shit about how not to vote for the bill, get a lot of empty threats from Anonymous, and a lot of internet websites, big internet websites, are going to oppose it and going to flaunt their money because, you know, this is about big business trying to hurt the little guy, but meanwhile, big business such as Wikipedia, Google, and others are all against the bill. So, you know, what's the motivation here? So that's the thing. I want to talk about why this bill should pass. And that is because little guys like me get curb stomped on every single day. There is no end to it. What would be the difference between the state shutting down the internet and the internet shutting itself off on me? That's the thing. We're not even going to get into other people. Let's just get into Jim Profit. Jim Profit, whenever he goes to a forum, gets butt-fucked and told that he's ejected from the forum. He's not welcome in this household. Or some other bullshit. And why? Because they have the choice to do that. Because they can do it and nothing will happen to them. They will have no legal consequences. They will have no social consequences. They will have no financial consequences. They're bullies. They're terrorists. And all I want to do is be able to go on some forums and play my Dungeons and Dragons games and say what I want to say and blog and normal shit like that. But I can't do that. Because some asshole thinks he's better than me. Some asshole thinks I should be put in a position where either I have to ascribe to his arbitrary, constantly changing rules, or I don't get to use the internet. And it's like that everywhere. Now mind you, even if I were to follow their rules, which, how am I not following their rules? I mean, what do you want out of me? I'm not posting child pornography, I'm not hacking, I'm not stealing your credit cards. I think I've done all there is that needs to be done to be an upstanding person that you leave the hell alone. But no, they don't want that. They want someone to rub their testicles, to circle jerk them, to praise them. I don't know what they want, but they're not going to get it from me. Even if I knew how to, I wouldn't give it to them, but I physically cannot, because I cannot comprehend what it is that drives their insanity. But regardless, whatever it is that they want, you know, they apparently think they can ban me over, so they just ban me because they can. There's no other rationality for it. They've even said so themselves, because they can. What kind of person like that has the right to talk about freedom? They don't know anything about freedom. They never gave a shit about my freedom. And I doubt sincerely that the companies that want to pass SOPA care about my freedom either. But that's not the point. The point is that they're not the ones screwing me over. The internet is. It is always the people on their private websites talking about how it's private, I can do what I want, it's private. Well, now it's no longer private. Now it's everybody's problem. It isn't just my problem. It isn't just your problem. Now it's everybody's problem. And things are going to change. And that's what I want. I want things to change for the better. I want things to be where it's not like that. Where I do not have to sign an agreement that I can get fucked over just to be able to use a basic website. I don't want it to be where I buy a video game and despite how I'm not doing anything illegal with it, somehow I can still get it deleted because Steam wants it to be deleted. Or EA Sports wants it to be deleted. Or Sony wants it to be deleted. Because they want to. That's how they feel entitled to that choice. It's an abortion. It's an abortion upon a human being, a full-grown adult, and they think they have the choice to just take a coat hanger to my lungs. And it's not going to happen. So that's why I support SOPA, because it is the only real choice that I have. It is the only choice I have that was not bestowed upon me by the moderators. It's the only choice I didn't have to click on to either do this or get the fuck out. You know, it is the only choice I get to make, because it is the only choice that affects me as well as other people. You know, as I no longer have to live in a vacuum, in an enclosed plastic bubble, waiting for the mercy of the moderators. And now it affects all of us. So if this becomes a bill that is voted in a democratic election on the ballot, I will vote for it. I will vehemently vote for it. I will campaign for it. I will pledge my loyalty and not stop until this bill is passed. because I know what it's like to get screwed over by the internet every day, and I know what it's like to get fucked by the small businessman who's just trying to be creative entrepreneur. But meanwhile, have you seen a new YouTube? Have you seen a new Google? It hasn't happened. So this isn't about the small guy getting crushed of his dreams, and oh boo hoo hoo, he cannot, make something of himself. No one has that motivation. Everyone just wants to be a freaking bully and a thug. So fine, you want to be a bully and a thug? You could be in a cage like every other bully and a thug on earth. And I trust the government to actually not to enforce this like where everyone is just free and loving and oh, we can do whatever we want. But I do trust them to be equal in their hand of wrath. I trust them to be where if we pirate or if we do something illegal online, we will all be punished equally and treated the same, as opposed to a moderator who thinks he can make it up as he goes along. And I'm sick of that. I am sick of that mentality. I am sick of that treatment online. I'm sick of paying for an internet I can't even use half the time, because every time I go to a website, I'm IP address banned, or I'm just out, or I'm just banned from the account or so, and I'm always having to struggle and make new accounts, or I have to go to a different website, and I'm always having to limit my options because of somebody else's decision. And even on websites I've contributed to, I've worked hard on and made the websites what they are, but because I'm not the owner, it makes no difference. So now it's going to make a difference. It is the only choice I can possibly make that would ever make a difference, and that scares the hell out of the bullies, the thugs, and the terrorists.